Hey, Vincy. Hey, Sassy Beth. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. That helped. Hallelujah. Can everybody hear me? I's here. Somebody say, yes, I can hear you, because I don't know who's answering who on this stuff. Bad thing about being on here is I see stuff on my face, and I don't know what I'm seeing. Right there. What is that? I don't know. Be my luck, my face is starting to break out right before my trip to Nashville. My grape earrings, my graples. How's everybody doing tonight? Yes, 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 yes. Hey, ladies, hey, ladies. Yes, I can hear you. Sexy. Thank you, Sassy Beth. Is that my hair? It's like my horns are showing. How much you can see, but my horns are showing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready to get started? We got 4. Let's wait a few minutes more. Uh-oh, I saw an anger. Why is somebody angry? I don't want angry. Don't go outside. So I went today and got my face waxed. That's the reason I was rubbing on my face. Got my face waxed today, and got my hoochie waxed. I ain't showing you that, though. Well, if you ask me, I will, but not on here, because I'm just like that. You guys know that. Hey, Andreea, the author is in the house. Yep. A couple more minutes, and I was going to get my legs waxed, but somebody had to call me Sunday night. Mention no names, little Nina. And I was sitting on the deck talking to her on the phone, and the skeeters eat me up. I have like 20 bites all over my legs. It's horrible. I even have like this crude bruise. Yes, there was a bug bite there, and I've been scratching it, trying to rubbing it. So, dang it. So yeah, this bruise on my leg. That's so professional. I know. You guys know I'm not professional. While we're waiting for a few more people to show up, let me show you what I got in the mail today. Yes. That's all I can show you, though, because Facebook put me in jail. We don't want that. Actually, Facebook probably shut my site down. We don't want that either. So, yeah, it's just like, it's delicious and just makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. Oh, sassy. Actually, we were just having hey, Michelle. Sister, are you not like going to work or something? It's like, what time is it? 8 o'clock down under? But yeah, thank you for joining, darling. Andrea, thank you. And I hope it's either Andrea or Andrea. In the South, we say Andrea, unless something else is different. So I apologize. Tell you what, Miss Arthur, Miss Pryde, do this for me. If it's Andrea, say 1. If it's Andrea, say 2. So that I know. And I'll try to pronounce it right. But what was I talking about? Crap, y'all. I have no brain. My brain cells are like, I'm dying. Oh, guess what else came in for my trip this weekend? I'm just going to look backwards in here, I think. I don't know what it's going to look like on here. I licked it, so it's mine. Kind of looks like, who is it? Is it Jagger or Kiss that does the lip? I don't know. That's my brother, and he'd know. But anyway, Andrea, you could be right, but I don't think it's Andrea. It's spelled Andrea, and unless she's using a pen, she is from Romania. Originally, she's from Romania. Now she lives over in the UK. Does anybody say England anymore? Is there a difference between the UK and England, or is it like US and America? I don't even know. I'll get all these answers tomorrow. Michelle, being part of that great, yeah, because you're still part of the whole royal family stuff, aren't you? I don't even know. Anyways, Andrea is from the UK, so let's get started. So let's take this part because there's like glares everywhere. Oh, that don't help. Ooh, that makes her lights show it better. Beyond Dreams by Andreea Pryde. And yes, Sassy Beth and Miss Nina, you're gonna hate me when this is over because I am doing the whole leaving you hanging. When you think about it, life is nothing but a dream. Just you and me. It's pretty. All right, we ready, Freddie? Take a sip. By the way, got a new router. Booyah! I just didn't want to move everything back into the other room. So it's here for tonight. Next week, I'll probably be back over there and at the other end of the house. But yeah, it's doing so much better. Okay. Chapter 1. He was standing in front of me, watching me, those wild eyes staring right through my soul. The flames behind him grew higher and higher, enveloping the room. The danger was overwhelming, but it didn't scare me. Slowly, but without precaution, I moved closer to the stranger in front of me. He didn't wait for a sign before pulling me protectively into his arms. I felt safe in his embrace. I looked up at his face, trying to find a small feature, but I couldn't see him. Through the fog that was covering him, I could only see the silver tears flowing down his cheeks. Hey, Lori. I'm going to go with Lori because usually, if Tim's there with you too, that's fine. But thank you for joining. It's usually just the Lori part. Heart pounding, drenched in sweat, my eyes flew open and I shot upright in the middle of the bed. For a second, I was disoriented by the darkness which surrounded me. A single beam of light from the lantern in front of the house penetrated my sheer bedroom curtains. I tried to breathe slowly in a pointless effort to calm myself down. I checked the time, 2 o'clock. Of course, it was dark. It was the middle of the night. With a slight move, I turned on the light and stretched idly after the mirror from the nightstand. What a fascinating image reflected on its surface. My cheeks were red, my hair scattered on the pillow, and my eyes wet. Was it because of the dream? No, it was because of the person in the dream. I touched a finger to my trembling lip, and still looking in the mirror, I sighed from the bottom of my heart. Though occasionally I've had this dream since I was a little girl, but the real problem was when I woke up. In that split second of wakefulness, I felt overwhelmed by feelings which were replaced by profound and excruciating loneliness. I grabbed the notebook from under my bed. On the pink, damaged cover, I had written some years ago, Dreams Diary. It was inaccurate to say dreams because it was made for only one, always the same, filled more than half, and with wrinkly edges. It didn't look like much, but it was special to me. I opened it to the last note and started to write. September 28th. 3 months have passed since our last meeting, but tonight he appeared once again in my dream. He was crying. I can't believe it, but he was crying. The last time I had this dream, I woke up right after I fell into his arms, but this time he was crying. I can't wait for the next dream. Every single time something new happens. Maybe next time I will finally be able to see his face. I can't help but wonder if he is real. Is he someone from my life? Or perhaps he is the result of a hyperactive imagination? Maybe I'll find out at some point. But until then, I can just dream. Silver tears. I closed the notebook and I hid it back in my secret pocket under the bed. The last thing I wanted was for my mother to find it. The first time I wrote in it, I was around 8 years old. That was when I started dreaming. It didn't happen every night, only from time to time. Although I always dreamed him in the shade. He grew up at the same time as me. At first, he was just a little boy, close to my age. Over time, I fell in love with him. I know it sounded absolutely foolish, but it was too late to have regrets. I know that it has affected the way I have lived my life and the choices I've made. I know that this is where all the interest in the opposite sex disappeared, or the cause of my short-term relationships, usually out of boredom. Lost in my own labyrinth of thoughts, I soon slipped back into the world of dreams, but this time there was nothing worth remembering. Excuse me. Chapter 2. On Palm Sunday, the last day before another crazy school week was set to begin, I walked around the park by myself, taking advantage of the good weather while we still had it. Grateful for the silence around me, I hid in my perfect tiny world, alone in a fleeting utopia. I sat down on one of the old peeled benches by the lakeside to watch the sun setting on the other side, enjoying the pastels of the sunset. All was nice and peaceful until my attention was distracted by a shadow dancing on the calm surface of the lake. At first, I thought it was a fish. I had seen men fishing here before, so it was only logical to find fish in the lake, but my fish didn't make it itself unseen. He approached the water surface and the shore, becoming bigger. Perhaps curiosity made me stay put as I pulled my feet up onto the bench. I wanted to run away, but at the same time, I wanted to see. With my eyes widened and almost holding my breath, I couldn't move or look elsewhere as the shadow changed its shape, swimming towards the shore, slowly becoming human. In less than a second, pulling himself out of the water and collapsing from exhaustion on the grass, appeared a boy. The water flowed from his black hair, cascading down his cheeks, then down his chin, finally touching the ground. I could see that he was hardly breathing, but as he was not moving at all, he was just lying on the grass, his feet still in the cold water. I lowered my feet back to the ground and cautiously leaned in as far as I dared. When he didn't move, I found myself tilting even closer until my full weight was back on my feet, and I was gradually inching towards him. My heart was pounding, and my body was tensed. I didn't know what to expect. I sat next to him and stretched out my hand to touch him, but before I was able to feel his wet shirt, he jumped to his feet. I noticed how the last rays of sunlight perfectly contoured his athletic silhouette. The sunlight hid the color of his eyes, but not the wildness within them. I was captivated. He stared at me as if he could see the deepest corner of my soul. I opened my mouth without knowing what to say. Before I could make the slightest sound, he passed by, ignoring me, walking away casually as if he had not even seen me. What the heck did just happen? Where did he come from? Was he all right? I wished I had the opportunity to ask him these questions, but I didn't. I was astonished, gazing toward the hidden path where he had headed. It was quite clear that he had gone out for a swim session, not dressed in denim and shirt, and although you can never tell how unpredictable some people can be. Strolling towards the park exit, I tried not to think about what had happened, but it was impossible. Later that evening, on a date with my boyfriend, Adam, and a few other friends, I still couldn't forget the occurrence of this afternoon. Ariana, my best friend tried to catch my attention. What? Stop shaking me, Ella. Did you listen to anything I said? What's going on with you? Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Maybe I'm just tired. So, what were you talking about? I asked if you saw the show last night. Oh, I forgot. Was it last night? I answered, smiling sheepishly. You are hopeless. I will never give you TV shows recommendations. Pretending to be upset, she turned her attention to Adam. Will you please say something to her before she falls asleep on her chair? Let her dream, he replied short, resuming his conversation with the girls on his left. Thinking of something else was a complete understatement. I was on an entirely different planet. Adam didn't seem too bothered by my behavior, and I was lucky it was a group date, so the focus was off me most of the time. I just couldn't reconnect to the real world. Those piercing eyes remained imprinted on my mind and soul. I refused Adam when he offered to take me home. Taking my time, I went back into the park. With my shoes dangling in my hand, I strode by the lakeside like earlier. I probably looked crazy, but the grass felt so relaxing between my toes. I watched, absent-minded, the reflection of the full moon dancing on the lake's surface while my mind traveled to distant places. The return to reality was sudden, hard and cold. I cut my foot. Fortunately, it was a superficial wound, but it still needed disinfectant and probably a Band-Aid. I should be more careful. I looked behind and saw something shimmering in the grass. I bent and picked up a small metal object. The one at fault. On closer inspection, I discovered in my hand was a golden harmonica on a little chain, which seemed broken in the pale light of the lanterns, but I couldn't be sure until I brought it home. In one corner, under a little mud, a message was engraved in beautiful calligraphy. With love, Mom and Dad. Do I stop? Do I go? One more chapter. Let's make it really good. Hey, Denise Marie. Hey, Miss Lily. Christine Sunshine. Chapter 3. Another morning, another unpleasant day at school. First class, universal literature. my favorite. I really liked that subject. Well, most of the time. What I didn't like was the fact that our teacher, Ms. Lena, would continually tell us stories about her personal life. I was convinced that I could graduate high school without listening to the stories, such as how the dog escaped from his leash and scared two pigeons, or how she potty trained her son. I felt kind of sorry for him. It was true that the boy, now a grown man, graduated the medical university and became a doctor at one of England's top hospitals. But even so, I wouldn't want my mom telling personal stories about me in front of a group of high schoolers. I dragged my feet to my next class, trying to avoid the crowd in the main hall, with the intention of detouring by the secretary's office. But as usual, the universe had other plans for me. Ariana, wait! Shouted a squeaky voice behind me. It was Ella, tall, brown hair, big black eyes, and perfect porcelain skin. A natural beauty, as the world might say, also my best friend. We've known each other since forever, and we always stayed together, for good and bad. More for bad. We were such a wild duo. The first crazy thing that we did together was painting elderly Miss Serenity's Persian white cat in a light blue, just to match her personality a bit better. We received cookies from her instead of being ratted to our parents and punished, but maybe we shouldn't have been so surprised. The woman saw only the full half of the glass. Oh my God, you're walking so fast for a hurt person. Does it look that bad? It's just a scratch. Well, you're wearing sandals. If you wanted to hide it, you should have worn trainers. Anyway, how did it happen? Yesterday when you left the date, you were fine. What a good friend I have, always concerned about me. Doesn't matter, I answered. Obviously, if I don't worry for you, then who? I stepped on some glass in the garden. Satisfied? Sorry, but if I tell you I was in the park at night, you will kill me. Well, I don't believe you, but let's leave it like that for the moment. You're not good at lying. If you say so. Come on. I don't want to be late for class, or maybe you want to dose a theory in raucous, eagle-ish about how dark our future will be if you're not punctual. I told her, amused. No thanks, I'm good. I don't want an overdose. We both left for our Latin class laughing. We had turned left of the corridor to room 13 when I glimpsed a figure in the corner of my eye. Stunned, I turned in less than a second to inspect the individual. But he was already gone. I scanned the faces of those in the area, desperately trying to find him, but he was nowhere to be seen. Was my mind playing tricks on me? Ariana, is something wrong? Earth to Airy. What? No, nothing. I thought I saw someone. What? An ex-boyfriend or something? The way you jumped, I thought you saw a ghost. No, it's just someone I don't think I'll have the chance to see again. I told her, a bit disappointed. Let's go. We're going to be late. Of course, it couldn't have been him. Why would he have been in the same school as me? He probably graduated high school quite a while ago. Anyway, this was what I got for obsessing about it all the time. I was starting to see things, but I was quite disappointed by the idea that I would never know who that person was. We managed to get to the classroom, and luckily the teacher, Mr. Timmon, wasn't there, but he was just behind us. That sent us flying to our seats. Hello, students, he greeted us. I have an important announcement to make, so pay attention. We have a new classmate starting today. His name is Michael Young. You guys want to hear me say this in my British accent? Yeah, we'll go with that. Hello, students. I have an important announcement to make, so pay attention. We have a new classmate starting today. His name is Michael Young. And this is why I don't do these British things talking in British. It really sucks. The whole class began to murmur at the names, which honestly meant nothing to me. With my mind miles away at my with my mind miles away at my mysterious boy from the lake and what I thought I saw in the hallway, I was looking at the blackboard, but I wasn't paying much attention until he walked in the room. My thoughts combined with the image in front of my eyes, analyzing him from head to toe, finding similarities and differences. He was tall and athletic, with brunette hair, partially covered by the hood of his jacket, and his wild eyes fixed at a point in the back of the class. His defensive yet defiant posture, with his hands in his pockets and his head slightly tilted, made Mr. Tinman cough disapprovingly before the presentation began. As I was informed, Mr. Young has traveled around the world from an early age and has never had the pleasure of studying in a collective. The other teachers and I, sustained by the headmaster of this educational institution, are expecting you to make him feel welcome and help him as much as possible as he settles. Also, Mr. Young, I hope you will quickly get used to the dress code, conduct, and the rules of the school. A respectable high school is not a suitable place for troublemakers. When he sat at the empty desk in front of me, the parallel worlds I lived in collided, and the person in my mind and the one in front of my eyes became one. I glanced around at my classmates, but none of them looked at him directly, not even the teacher. They clearly saw him as some kind of a troublemaker and were looking to stay as far away from him as possible. I smiled, though he couldn't see me, because now my mysterious boy from the lake had a name. Michael. Guess what? That's all I'm reading. So what you guys think? Hey, Wendy. Hey, Jolene. You guys are cracking me up. Oh, my goodness. So what's everybody think? I'm just reading over here while you guys reply and hear the end. Oh, me. Lori, I don't think we've met. I think we've recently become friends. But I don't think we met. It's nice to meet you. Let's see. Who else do I not know? I know all you hoochies. Whoop, 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 whoop. 6 new comments. Let's see what's been said. Sassy. You guys have got to get this book. It is so good. Ha ha, Nina. I told you. Michael. So everybody go get the book. Let's see. I believe it is $2.99 in America. No, I'm sure about the same in UK. And a whole lot of difference between all that stuff I've noticed. But yep, that would be Miss Andreea, since I think I've lost her. Miss Andreea. And Andreea Pryde. Again, it is Beyond Dreams. It is paranormal, young adults. Oh, I gotta get this. There we go. Super good. There we go. Andreea Pryde, Beyond Dreams, super great, cute book. I like it. I gotta finish it. I haven't finished it completely, but with all my other stuff. For those that don't know, I'm leaving Friday for Nashville. I'm going to get my song. I'm just kidding. I will be, I will be going up there for the Naughty Authors event. They named it after me. It's called Mynae. But anyway, I'm going up there for the Naughty Authors event. I plan on seeing some hot guys. Hold on. My phone's been over here charging. You guys hear my thigh? I got a dress on today. Did you hear my thigh stick to this leather chair? Yeah, I'm going to show you some of the people that's going to be there. J.H. Crowley. Desiree LaFawn. Elizabeth Knox. Stacy Keswick. Just going to show you some of the hot. Guys, I need to go to the photos. Anybody recognize? Let's do this. It's going to get dark in here for me, but well, that didn't help out none, did it? Psst. Alfie. You guys know Alfie? Cordelia. That was a picture taken by the glorious Gordon Shermack, which is going to be there. Oh, anybody recognize these three hunky people? That is B.J. Hardy with the great Scott Holiday and Amy Steinmetz. When is that? I'll know her name by Friday night, y'all. Don't worry. She's going to be drinking. She's going to be doing some shots with me, Miss Lucy. So, yeah. We got some hunky stuff going on. T-Dot Hottie, Mr. Greg, and who is it with him? Josh? No. Zach Fox, I think. I don't know. There's so many hunky ones on here. I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to wear an adult diaper walking around, y'all, because there'll be some girly things going on down there, I do believe. Anyways, dang, where's everybody coming from? Miss Sarah. Thank you, Sassy Beth. I appreciate that. Miss Doreen, nice of you guys to join us. Kind of come in a little bit late. We're finishing up, wrapping up, but I'm glad I'm getting ready to post it right back on the page, so you'll be able to watch it. And as soon as I figure out how to get it posted back in the files, I'll put it there too. So when I do it on my Chromebook, it doesn't save like it does on my phone. So, all right, folks. Any last minute questions? Miss Lou. Hi, Mama Lou. How you doing, darling? All righty. I'm out of here. I thank you and happy reading.